I can't wait to find about this. I can't wait to find out about your business. Christian Hammer Burton, you go by Hammer. You know, I never knew until I was doing like deep research on you that you have this nickname.
Yeah.
I would love to know the story of how you got that.
You know, that's a great story. It started when I was 7 years old playing a hockey tournament. My dad was my coach, and he tried, I think, several different nicknames. I remember one was Bus. And then he thought Dave the Hammer Schultz, the famous Philadelphia Flyer, #8. Says, I can't stop, so I'll go hit someone, or I'll go hit the board, hitting someone too, to make sure I can stop and go the other way. So Hammer's always stick, but in the wagon world, it's a lot different. Buddy Bensmiller used to have this horse named Hammer, and one day Buddy's yelling, Hammer, stop, Hammer, stop, Hammer, stop. I'm 7 years old. So I ran to Buddy. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? He's like, your name's not Hammer. No, but my nickname is. And it's stuck ever since. And, you know, being 22, my nickname is still Hammer. And I got many nicknames otherwise, but it's a great nickname, I could say.
Well, anyone who truly knows you and has worked with you consistently knows that you're the sweetest guy ever. So I thought it was kind of funny that your name is that. I was like, what, Christian? Yeah, so I love that name. It's very cute and fun, and kind of explains a lot about who you are behind the scenes of also like people giving you a nickname. That's always so cool too, right? It means you built that relationship with those people. So today, you guys, we have Christian Hammer Burton. We invited him just the other day to Catherine Calnan's amazing and very professional photo shoot. Christian was quite impressed. The setup was, you know, pretty quick because it's COVID time, you guys. But we really wanted Christian a part of this series because every year we do a spread that means something. The topic of that issue that's on the topic is on the cover. And so the topic is the Dreamer series. I am so obsessed about everybody's dreams because, as you guys know, it's been hard throughout COVID, right? As an artist to keep going. And Christian is one of the people that we have been watching, keeping on going. So we want to say good job with 94 Productions, doing your own podcast, interviews, on site with your the Chuckwagons when you're able to. So Christian, tell us more about you. You're an Alberta boy. You drove all the way up from Red Deer to come to the shoot. Thank you.
So what can I say? I'm 22-year-old Alberta boy, I guess. I'm a country boy at heart. I started this business when I was 13. The business was kind of, you know, different. I wasn't even meant to become a business. I got involved in the world of chuckwagon racing since I was 7. So 6 years into it, I still want to find a way to keep involved and keep getting better. So I bought this camera, and this camera had a projector on it. And I said, perfect. We can watch races at night with Grandpa and I'll videotape the races. Well, over 5 Kelly Sutherland wins, 4 aggregates, over 25 major awards and victories. I think that camera has done some good for me. And now we'll do interviews now to keep our name in the media world, but we don't just do Jordie and Chuckwagon. We do hockey, we do anything that we get, you know, hired to. And so many people have a great story, and so many people like being interviewed. So it's always cool saying, hey, let's do a quick interview. And I could talk to Kurt Bensmiller, to Kelly Sutherland, to Jason Glass, in the Chuckwagon world, Paige Kempsey in the Warrior world too, Gene Principe and Ryan Leslie from the NHL. So it's kind of crazy.
I know you're really in it. If anyone looks at your social media, 94 Productions, I couldn't believe with how many celebrities you are with, right? Like I said before we had chatted, it's funny because I've known you for quite a few years, following you, been wanting to be on your show. I had a few other people on your show of my recommendation. And I felt kind of like, I never got to do it with you though. Like we did one, but it wasn't what we were thinking or something. I can't remember what happened with the audio or something. But I just felt like the opportunity to work with you professionally and to, you know, create what we did together. I'm really excited for the people to see the really cool photo of you. You look awesome. You don't look 22. When I when I saw you come in the door, I thought you're like maybe 25 because I knew you're young, right? But I'd never asked you your age. And then I was talking with somebody today and I said, yeah, I think the guy's got to be like 20 something, like 25, 20. He's so young, but he's so mature, very mature. You know, you handled yourself like a pro. You came in, you shot, we did a video, we did all that stuff for everybody to see. But really, everybody really liked you. Everyone's like, who's that guy? He's so cool. I want to be on his TV show. Like they couldn't believe, you know. So really the shoot brought together a lot of cool people. And I hope things you know, we all see each other for the big spread reveal. I'm hoping around late July, and then bringing, you know, when things are really open outside, possibly, we'll bring everyone together so they can see each other again at the shoot, from the shoot.
Absolutely. And it was just such a well done shoot you did, Joe. And someone that is not used to, talking about himself or even having pictures taken of him. And we didn't have the cowboy hat, we had a ball cap because, like you said, we did come in from Red Deer. We came in the previous night. So we were about to go home like Saturday night, but we said, we'll stay, get to watch my little cousin play lacrosse. And that was a great thing, but we forgot the hat. So the pictures are
Oh,
going to look awesome. I know that, but it would have been nice to have that cowboy hat in there.
well, you know what? Just because you're a country guy, like a lot of people that you consider people, like you wanted to be authentic for the shoot, and so we wanted you to be too. So, but don't feel bad you didn't have the hat, because you already had a hat that you wear all the time, which was very authentic to who you were. And Catherine even in a video says, "Oh, he's got glasses and a hat. You know what? I'm gonna rock this. I got this." Because it's hard to shoot glasses and a hat. Actually, it's not that easy to like put it the way she's doing her lighting and stuff. And she's a pro, and she loved shooting you. She did. She said, "Oh, he was so nice. I liked that him. He was good." And I said, "Yeah, like he doesn't to say anything negative. You're one of the most positive people I've ever met in my whole life. How did you become that way?" Like,
I think it comes back to my family, and our family's very
yeah.
close. And we always try to say it's every day's a great day to be alive. I'm trying to Trish had that famous line, and having my mom who's such a positive, energetic person, my dad's as well, and my sister. Living with them, I guess, being for 22 years old and living with them for a long period of time kind of makes you being positive. And I worked in a lot of different industries. I'm in construction as well, working in Anzac. So you gotta, be positive because some days you're gonna have those bad days. You just gotta say, hey, at the end of the workday, let's have a smile on our face. Let's go home happy because I can go to bed a lot easier with doing that.
Wow, I know. I saw a picture of you and your mother. I think you had sent us one, and you're like, "Hey, we're here." You guys, we were corresponding or whatever. And I saw the picture and I said, "Oh my gosh, he's with his mom right now." Like, how many people internally would kill to have their family want to support the shoot and come? But she didn't come in because of COVID, I think. But like being there for you and going down with you to come out, like, I just felt that so sweet, Christian. You can really like trust somebody who has a great family. You know, their values are pretty good, but you never know. Everyone's different. But you're awesome anyway.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you the main question that we wanted to ask everyone. What was your dream as a child that you wanted to achieve?
My main dream as a child was always to become a teacher, actually, if you can believe it or not. I
Oh,
really think teaching students is a great career. And also, you get to work with every single type of student. You want to make the student better. How we got into this and how that became a dream was a lot different. I wanted to, keep being involved in the sport. And my big dream was to make sure my grandpa kept doing it with me. Me and my grandpa are extremely close.
mhm.
And so having my grandpa on my dad's side and my grandpa on my mom's side combined, they taught me photography and taught me videography. My grandpa had on my dad's side had the connection to Chuckwagon. So my dream is to always be a family man, but also to become a teacher. That's what I'm in school for right now, and almost got a year and a half left. So I'm looking forward to what happens next.
Wow, are you all scooped up at 22? Or are you a bachelor? What's up with that? I never asked before.
I am single as a Pringle right now.
Ah, ladies, he's single and he's so kind and he's got a big TV, big podcast show. Hey, but I'm here with is starting a dating site. I'm just kidding. You'll be the first one. Who knows? You know, I literally had somebody mention that yesterday. Oh, I'm gonna share that idea with you guys later. What what would you say that the labels when somebody looks at you, what do you want to be known for?
I like to be known as the CEO of 94 Productions. I created this business. I got a great support system with Nick Thielen being a great advisor to our company. We also have great people that we work with. But I am the CEO. I have created this business from having nothing, having no social media following, to now we're signing posters at Chuckwagon events and people are asking for my autograph. So obviously I'm doing something right.
Yeah, you are quite known within the Stampede world, and you really are authentic to being I guess, small town Alberta guy. But look at you, you wear the attire, you're sponsored by people as well who dress you and have their logos on stuff. That you're like a business guy, a businessman, a young entrepreneur, really, but you're utilizing who you are, and being so authentic to that and choosing people who you enjoy in your life to put up. Like, we just are curious, like, how can people be on your show? How do you choose the people to be on your show?
That's a great question. We still have two interviews we haven't released yet with Gene Principe and Pete Vandermeer. Really, anyone in the Western Heritage has automatic in. I love hearing stories about horses and warrior athletes and chuckwagon athletes because I was part of it, and that's something that still gives me a lot of passion, a lot of fire. And Joe, you got me two great with Parson Nook from February's Dog and Jordan Goodon, who's a great photographer. Now he's based out of Vancouver.
Yeah,
So
he's
really,
doing his acting thing out there now. Yep.
he's acting out there. Good for him.
Yep.
We got so many great connections. If really you reach out to me on Facebook, go to Knife Productions on Facebook and send me a direct message. I want to be on your show. Please have something so I can actually do my own research. But it's also it's great networking. That's what was the plan the whole time. And obviously we are hoping to all go back to normal in someday soon. But you got let's have a conversation. It doesn't hold for a phone call. So if you want to be on my show, go to Knife Productions on Facebook. You should be able to get a hold of me soon.
I love it. That's so cool. So what you said is how you're a part of it. You have done chuck wagon racing. You have interviewed them. What does that world entail? Like, they're artists on horses and in buggies, and it's a team, and it's a skill that most people don't have doing that kind of stuff. What does it take to be in the hat, in the ring, to start doing that, even chuck wagon racing and horses and all of
That's
that?
a great question. For someone like me, I started when I was 7 years old, working for David Bensmiller. Then I moved to Buddy. Then I went with Kurt in 2012. I stayed with Kurt since. But to be in that sport and to be a media person in that sport, you gotta be friendly with all the drivers. You gotta put out the correct information because in media world they do try to spin it into making us look bad. I'm not afraid to say it, but at the end of the day, there's always two sides to every story. I think being with those wagon drivers, and I was in it full time from 2010 to 2019. For over 9 years, I got to know them personally and professionally. And they are just great people with great hearts, and they love their horses. And that's something you can't ask for. I think one of my greatest memories in 2017, I got to work for the greatest wagon driver of all time, Kelly Sutherland, 12-time world champ, 12-time champ. And on the last day working for him, he signed the sports store. So you guys going to see this.
Let's see.
And he said,
Cool.
"I'm all the best in life, kid. Thumbs up, Kelly Sutherland." Like, that's something you don't get every day. And working with so many great people I have in the past, I'm just very fortunate where I am, where I've become, and obviously having great partners like me and Nick Thielen do a lot of work together, and he's a great advisor. I phone him on a lot about dumb, crazy stuff, but he always gives me his opinion, and you need that. Joe, you are also great, someone to support it. If I need a quick question or need a quick answer, you always know what to do.
Sometimes if I can help you, if it's kind of what I do for a career now, doing guiding and helping people. But for you, Christian, you've just been so respectful behind the scenes, so supportive, and you're the one that has the show. We just started our show, really, and it's great to be able to have a show and talk to somebody about, hey guys, and you're collaborating your network. And a lot of people now, since Jordan being on the show even, have said to me, who's this guy Christian? Like, I want to be on it. And now after the photo shoot, like 7 other people want to be on it. So I felt like, wow, you are a sports media reporter. Really, but you're self-made. But I could see, you're always at everything you can do in Stampede, obviously. So you really made it already, but TSN, or I don't know what the sports channels are for all of that, but I hope to see you on there even.
It's like I said before, it's such a great sport, and how I got in, all that stuff is a good story. But it's the people too, and a lot of people know this about me. I'm a huge family man, and having both grandpas, kind of being tied in. 94 Productions was built on family. It's still built on family to this day, and having great people. I want to talk about my team if you don't mind, Joe. And
Yes, and mention your grandfather's names too. Let's give them an accolade. Come on, grandpas, we love you.
So Weymouth Nicky is a huge part of my. He told me everything about how to take a picture, to how to take a video, and how to use a tripod. Like, he showed me. I'm not professionally trained. I learned on the spot, and I think that's a good way to be learning, because you learn what's worked, what doesn't work, and all that stuff. He taught me everything, and having someone like Weymouth Nicky, and AKA he is my Gigi, that's something you can't ask for. He is still one of my biggest supporters. He sponsored me in my last year, and having his name on my clothing was outstanding. And it's pretty honorable to have your grandpa's name. And the other grandpa was Darcy Burton, and having Darcy and his wife Terry, grandpa out there, I stayed in their camper for 2 months of the year. But they also they saw me go from little boy to man, and my grandpa's got me in that sport of chuckwagon racing. He showed me the sport. I learned the sport from him, but I also learned how to be nice to a horse, how to work with a horse, because a horse is so passionate. And he's just got the biggest heart, and he's a family guy, and so is Wayman, and he's a family guy, and that's what got brought down to me. You talk about Nick Thielen. Nick is probably the hardest working guy I've ever met, and you look at him and people realize he's the hardest working guy you ever meet. I don't think he takes a day off. He's just smart on the computer. I'll probably phone him over 20,000 stupid computer problems because I'm not smart on the computer. Let's talk about Julie Edwards. Julie Edwards does a lot of work behind the scenes, making sure all the grammar and punctuation is correct, to making sure the hoodie orders are correct. That girl has the biggest heart, sweetest girl you're ever going to meet. Let's talk about Kayla McMillan. Now, I met Kayla, and Kayla was already knew about the sport of chuckwagon racing, so I didn't have to press her on that. She joined the team because she wanted to help out and see what it can do. She joined this team. She made it better. She's got me more clients, so I can't thank Kayla enough.
I know. I saw her on your social media. She is so cute.
She is cute, and she just had a kid, and
wow.
she's going to be a great mom. She is already a great mom, so very proud of Kayla.
Oh, well, congrats for your team. My heart is melting over here. Everyone, are you listening to this? You don't talk to so many people in life where they're really opening about their life and their heart and how they feel about, their family even. That's so wonderful, Christian. It's very inspiring. Honestly, I could get emotional, but I won't cry on your show today. Not today, everybody.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The struggle literally of doing what we're doing right now, starting a show. So you understand us very well. And I know that you have gone through many times dreaming of doing your dream, even the show itself, continuing doing what you do with the chuck wagons. COVID is affecting you. Obviously, you don't get, that's the first thing that was gone. I couldn't believe it. And I thought of you. I thought, oh, he's probably bummed out about that. But I was going to ask you, how many times have you gone for your dream and then had to take a break and then went full into it again and then maybe started something else? We want to hear your story of how you really got to where you are with your show, other than talking about how your grandpa helped it. You know what I mean?
That's a great question, Joe. When COVID hit, and I want to give a huge shout out to our frontline workers, nurses, doctors, paramedics, to the policemen, anyone that's a frontline worker. Thank you for your work. I do appreciate it.
For
Go
sure.
back to your question though. It starts with it started with COVID, and I with my dream, we had planned 2020 back in January. Like we already planned what the year was going to look like. We were going to do, the Stampede Top Box, and then we go to PVR, then we go to another rodeo, then we hit our first Chuckwagon event, so on and so forth. So when the Chuckwagons and the world shut down, it was like, shit, what are we going to do now? So I reached out to a guy who I now consider an idol, which is Johnny Jackson. Said, let's do a show, and the show is going to bring chuckling people on. We're going to talk about some stories. We're going to talk about racing. We're going to talk about the horses. So we started doing that. And then we had Nathan Bannerman join us. He's a fantastic rider. Our first show was with Dayton Sutherland. And on that show, I had my little cousin Jonas join us. And that's pretty cool. He wanted to get in the media for that little time period that he was in. And we had Dayton on. Then we had Troy Flagg, Cody the Hound McCullough, Evan Strawman, Dustin Ghost. We had so many great wagon drivers come on, just name a few. And we even had Kelly the King Sutherland. And like you said, you go for it, then you had to stop. Sadly, we do stop because there's one thing that makes this world go around, and sadly is money. I had a great job. I still have a great job at this company, and I said I had to go hit the road again, and I was always gone. Like I was away from my family lots, so that really, you look at doing that, and I'm gone from my family, so you try your best. But
Mhm.
you always are appreciative to where you started from. I remember when I was a kid, I got rejected so many times. My first year filming, I had 3 drivers taking me on. I made no money. I had Jordie Fike, Chad Fike, and Kurt Bensmiller. Guess what? I still remember. I still have all the rejection texts. I had the rejection notes still implanted in my mind. And I'm someone that he's telling me no, or I can't do it. Jerry might want to beat this out, but I'll prove you wrong, you motherfucker. I'm the hot guy you ever meet.
And then that's kind of how you talk in the industry, I guess.
No, you're talking about it. That's who I am. I'm
Yeah.
not afraid to not be me, and that's someone. I think we see a lot of fake people in this industry.
Yeah.
Fake cowboys, fake media personnel. They're in it to get famous. They're influencer and all that stuff. They don't understand the hard work that it takes. Planning an interview. They don't understand. Oh, I'm going to interview you. Well, I got to do my own questions. I got to look at what's best in all of these situations. So you gotta see what's best for you, and if that person's gonna be a great asset on your show. And that goes to really anything. You look at the situation you're in and say, is this what makes me happy? And honestly, doing these shows and doing these interviews, they do make me happy because I get to talk about my family, but I also get to talk about my passion, which is horses and stuff. And one of the coolest moments we ever got to do was this Canadian Farmers Rodeo. This is how we know we started to make it, started to go big. We got a media accreditation pass that you guys can see here. We got that pass, and that pass made a huge difference. We got to be at the Canadian Farmers Rodeo, which is the biggest rodeo in Canada.
Hmm.
Well, we
Yes.
talking to
Heartland people are always there.
yeah,
Heartland TV show. Yes.
yeah, we got hotline people. We got people that made documentaries. We have people from the United States. We had the guy from Everything Cowboy. I know you probably don't know who I'm talking about, Joe, but that's
No, I don't. But it's interesting to learn about that this is a whole industry in Alberta that maybe people aren't thinking about, or they kind of joke about, cowboys. And I'm like, wait, but they actually make a lot of money. Like we should like they're the ones laughing at us.
not it's no comment on that one. But it's great people like you, Joe, that the networking you talked about. That's what really makes us go around. And that's like last year when you introduced me to Paul, I had Paul called me 3 times before I answered, coming when I was working at a job. Then we had Jordan Good on, and Jordan's interview is still one of the highest interviews in National Productions history.
I'm sure
But
it is. Yeah, it was a really good interview where you were kind of like, all right, let's get deep. And where did you start? And he's like, oh, well, okay, let's do this. And I could see that within it. And he did a great job, and so did you.
and you know what? We didn't know we were going to release it or not at the time because I'm like, I don't really know this guy, and
Pretty
there's
vulnerable. Yeah, he really opened up, and he started that trend, especially in our network, I think, with being vocal about how he felt about things. And, he made a huge difference. He's in BC now, but he did awesome. He was our last cover star. So like as a magazine, when even us need promotion and need the community to know about, hey, there's the release out. Like we want to always, not bombard people with media, but we have always partnered with people who are exactly like you, Ryan Jensen in BC, Christine Blanchett, Nash. She has a TV show that's out of Alberta that's in Spanish as well, and it's quite big. I always say her name wrong, Nash Caprero, I think. Anyways, I just feel kind of like there are so many people that are doing such big things just around me, and they end up helping me as much as I try to help them. So it's a beautiful relationship I'm always trying to build with people, and you really get that. So I felt like it's so cool to be able to vocalize that to the audience and with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And having great connection, and that's what you kind of need in this life is, great connection, great people, and great fun. And if you're having all three, I think you're having the best day ever. And yesterday was an interesting day for me. I'm not used to
Let's tell the people about yesterday. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yesterday we weren't even sure we were going to come to Calgary, okay? Like it's COVID, you guys. Like we're trying to be the best we can, but in all honesty, medical stuff, hey? Like that's a thing, guys. We got to deal with it. I'm not quite, out of Alberta yet, with all the paperwork stuff. So I had to come back to Alberta to shoot. And knowing me, I said, I'm going to make it a trip for work. I'm in Calgary. I would need to see my people. I miss everybody. And so I said, I'm going to set up the shoot. And so it was very last minute, unfortunately, I seems to be a thing with me. I don't mean to, but what's really cool is we messaged you and we were like, Christian, we need your support. We want you a part of this. We want to put you up this year as one of the rising talent of Calgary for the Canadian release. And we wanted to also know, like, what you felt about the experience. It was not even sure. We weren't even sure what it was going to be like because it was COVID. Everything was so separate and far away or whatever. But everyone got their own time, got to share who they are, and do wicked photos with Catherine Calnan.
It was such a unbelievable design. I'll be honest, that's probably the most professional I've ever seen a shoot, and having the pictures and seeing them on the screen, and that was pretty cool. And it was fun, and you're there, and I think I vibed with your energy. You had a great energy, and your photographer did a fantastic job. And I think she liked it as a cowboy. It was a challenge for her, and
You said that, yeah.
just everyone having fun. And you had Bob Sem there, who I was talking to a little bit, and talking to everyone, and it's such a cool thing. And this is going to become a great partnership. I can't wait to see where it goes. And our team is looking forward to it. And being the CEO of this team, it's going to be cool to have those parts in these hopefully in this article.
The Burton team, we got to remember that, guys. He's got a whole team. He is not alone, and that gives you strength having that, I'll tell you that. So Christian, what was the quote that you shared with us that was just rocking? Like sometimes I'm just like, oh my gosh, he is so good. Like you've been doing this very well, and like in hectic situations of people coming off doing dangerous things with horses, for goodness sake. So you've really got like the voice for it when you get your voice on, and you're like, so like you just know what you're talking about, I'll tell you that. And I just loved how you did that. We're going to make sure we include that for people to see on social media especially, but let's share it again for the podcast here.
I'm just going to get it just to make sure I have it correct. This is one
get that correct. It was a good one. He's looking, guys. He's looking.
So this is a quote. I saw it off one of my former clients, Ray Carter Jr. And it's something that's always stuck with me. I actually put it off. It's on my wall as I speak in my bedroom. But it's I can't say the name of the quote who wrote it, but it's a great quote, so I'm going to say it. Start now. Start where you are. Start with fear. Start with doubt. Start with hands shaking, voice trembling. Start and don't stop. Start where you are with what you have and just start. And some of that I take in every day. When I join construction,
Yeah, it's
great.
hard work.
I'm the
Oh my
worst
God.
on my feet. I say, I'm going to make the best of it. I was the last one to get laid off before Christmas season. So
Attitude
that's
is
pretty cool. I
everything.
will wait till Christmas. I made it, and I said, I didn't stop. Now went back to running business. Started, don't stop till I had to go back to work and make the money again.
Oh,
It's something you can't stop. And we have these people in society that like to quit when times get tough. That's when I love to go and, prove that
mm.
anything can happen. And you look at anything can happen. I've been part of 4 Kelly Stampede wins, 4 or 5, I lost count. Um, it's something that I was 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I got to be part of the win. And we won the Kelly Stampede. And
Yeah,
then
that must have been a big thing. I think you were like in the news for that or something. Yeah, you
that
were.
it was pretty cool. And that's when we started realizing where we're becoming. And you got great people, like I always said. And one guy showed you guys the 2019 poster of Knife Productions.
Mhm.
And my buddy Nick Thielen designed it. He started and didn't stop till I loved it. He called.
Oh no, I wonder what it's like working with you. We'll see what that's like. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm a woman. I'm the worst. I'm very picky. It's hard.
Oh, great.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, I want things perfect, right? But if you want things perfect, you better be prepared to be as perfect as you can and not make others make you look perfect. I always think that too.
And you know what, Joe, I do want to say you did a great job promoting Jordan. And
Oh, thank you so much.
we
Oh,
did his interview and we did pause. And next thing you know, I'm seeing the interview on Instagram. I'm just like, hey, I did this interview. Oh, and I
even
know
you
that
get
guy.
excited seeing that you did what you did.
And you know what? I think Jordan is still releasing clips day by day, and it's something that you don't forget. It's a great interview.
Definitely not. Yeah.
My favorite interviews are obviously my wagon interviews, but it's only people like Jordan and Paul Chinook and Ryan Leslie who started his media career doing Chuckwagon, if you can believe it, the Cali Flames.
Well,
And
you
so
gotta
cool.
let us know next time you're doing something. We'll come on out and photo shoot it. We're
Hey,
business people, but you know what I'm talking about. Like shooting something like you in action. Like that's the thing too. The other day you saw me in action, going, being Jill on the magazine, and it would be cool to see that behind other people too. What it really takes. So you let me know. We'll do something.
Joe come out to Canada Day long weekend to Dewberry Alberta, a town of 1,000 people, and come watch the wagon races for Canada Day long weekend. But
When's
Joe,
Canada Day long?
yeah,
Just
a
kidding.
long weekend.
Uh, awesome. That's great. I wanted to ask you one thing about like the whole COVID situation, shutting down, opening, you can't go out, all this restrictions, life, people changing their minds, hanging out, not hanging out. Everything changed this year.
Mhm.
But why we chose who we chose this year was because we actually know a lot of the people from Calgary personally, working with them and doing PR with you or whatnot. You were like one of the easiest people to work with. Oh my God. Whatever we needed, you were like, no problem, we'll do this. Uh, so if you work with Christian, he really listens, he really cares. And, we can't wait to air this show, you guys. So everyone, please enjoy the podcast with Christian Hammer Burton. You're going to see his photo in the next issue by Catherine Kalman.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for having me on. It's a huge honor, and we can't wait to see you down on the wagon trail or at the Stampede or any of that. We are going to do a huge promotion for this magazine when we do get to see the article online. And
Well, I'm talking billboards right away, Christian. We'll talk.
we'll talk after. But
You
thanks,
just know
guys,
it.
for watching. Thanks for your support, and thanks to Joe for having me on. All the best and thumbs up.